Thomas and I's project is about the water cycle and how it is important and how it works. We are going to explain each of these subjects: evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and the surface runoff. Some environmental problems that are associated with our cycle is climate change and the pollution of water. These topics are important when we are talking about the water cycle due to Earth having such a limited amount of water, and with the need of clean water in third world countries, we have to take care of every bit we have. How do we as human beings influence the water cycle? Well, we can start off with overconsumption of fresh water, which will abrupt the normal pattern in the cycle. Second is water pollution. Can also disrupt the water cycle due to it getting into our rivers, oceans, lakes, and etc., which will harm our clean water, which we use to drink, cook, and clean with. The pollution from here can come from cars, factories, and use of harmful products like aerosol cans. The last one is deforestation, which is when we go into a forest and clear out all the trees. This is harmful due to there being no more trees to suck up the rainwater, and instead of us having big green trees, we would have our rivers overflow instead. With everything I named above, it is a negative thing to our environment due to the high rate of global warming, which increases greenhouse gases. Greenhouse gases are bad because they eventually will melt down glaciers, which over time will change the water cycle. To stop this, we as human beings will have to do our part to take care of the earth by doing small things like lowering consumption of water and lower the greenhouse gases.
For Blaine and my project, we are doing the water cycle. The water cycle can come in 3 different physical forms. One being a solid form, another being a liquid form, and the last, not sure how well it's going to show up, but the last being a gas form. You can't see it, but there's steam there. I figured it'd be clever, whatever. Now I'm going to show you an overview of the water cycle in a picture, obviously. So here it is. First, the water evaporates from large bodies of water like lakes, rivers, and other things like that. And then when it evaporates, it condensates in the sky to form clouds. And when the clouds get heavy enough, when enough water is condensated into that one cloud, it precipitates, I guess would be the word, whether it be rain, snow, sleet, or hail, or something of the sort. Water then goes back into large bodies of water, whether it goes in directly, or it can go back from something called a runoff, which is basically rain that runs through the ground, or snow when it melts, it goes in the ground, yeah. Water is most useful to us in its liquid form, which we typically call water anyway. It takes the least amount of energy to consume, and it's easily changed into the other 2 forms if you need it in one of those 2 forms. Evaporation is a gas, obviously, and condensation is when it's changing from a gas into a liquid when it's going into the cloud, so it's kind of like a mist. And precipitation, it's just a liquid coming to the ground, or I'm not sure what you consider hail, a solid, obviously, I guess. And then runoff is a liquid, and transpiration is it changing from the liquid water to gas or steam. The forms of energy that are used in the water cycle are the sun's energy and also the natural adhesive property of water, which is what helps it go up the plants. And water is important to living creatures because it's essential to life. Mankind would not be able to survive without fresh water to consume. Water not only prevents us from dehydrating, it is also used in digestion and absorption of food and serves as a natural air conditioning. Wow, I couldn't say that. So that's it for the water cycle.